Phil. And of course, one of our retirees who never leaves us almost, Mr. Anthony Alain. I'm not seeing him, but oh yes, he's here. We have to say thanks to Mr. Alain. He just keeps going with us. And so we are very grateful for that. So it is my real privilege to be in Guyana and to be providing this presentation that will give you one, the overview of what happens in relation to the marking scoring process. Of course, to give you the summary in terms of the registration as it would have obtained this year. And in that context, we give you the results. So let me proceed because, of course, everybody is on pins and needles, and you really, really don't want to hear from me. But I will, just to make sure that you have the context, and at the end, if you have any questions at the end of the session, I believe we normally have a question and answer section. So important to note is CXC's involvement. And of course, as the Caribbean Examinations Council, we know what quality looks like. We have it, it is infused in all of our processes. So I'm going to start first with the registration component and move on to the other areas. Um, so for registration, we saw, second, I think I missed a slide there. Okay, right, this is the slide I want. So before I go to registration, I want to speak about the just general overview of the process. So CXC is involved from the moment of item writing. So we are very much involved in all of our quality processes. While we have, and we look at it as a partnership and a collaboration with the Ministry of Education. So item writing and pre-testing forms a big part of what we do for examination development. And that has not changed. It's what we do within our examination process. And at every step of the way, while I'm highlighting these two, I want us to understand that we do have our quality checks. We have a very important group. I would like to say thanks to them too, our examining committees. It's a structure that exists within our own CXC process and that we would have carried over to the national examinations in Guyana. Secondly, I want to also note that we have a multi-layered approach to what we call standardization and marking. So that means everybody involved has to be on the same page. And that's very important because the score that is awarded to one candidate must be the same score if another person was marking would have been awarded to that candidate. So it's very important. And very importantly to CXC, even though you hear sometimes persons may question because they may not have the in-depth knowledge in terms of what happens in the process, no candidate is disadvantaged. So if it is that we are carrying out the process and we realize that there is something else that can be done in advantage for the candidate to help them, we do it. And that is still the same process we use for the NGSA. Last but not least, we do have a final quality review, and that's done between the examining committees and the CXC staff, Mr. Devere Whitehall, you're seeing here, and Mrs. Suzanne McAllister Eiffel, who's not here. But that is very important for us because that's just what we call the icing on the cake. In the event we missed anything before, this is where we're saying that we will do our last checks just to make sure. So you see, it's a very robust system that we go through to protect our students. I want to move on quickly to the registration. So you'll see here before you, registration across the region. Generally, as expected, the largest numbers are in region 4, but the distribution is presented before you. The candidate entry by region and gender. Here you're seeing where we have almost equal males and females for region 11, which I found a little bit unusual. because, the distribution is usually more, well, I should say like region 6 in other areas. So that balance, Minister, is really, really, really phenomenal. I saw the same in region 4, region 2, region 1. And, that's really good because it's telling us that if you have anything that's going for you, that conversation and that whole dynamics where marginalization is real in other areas, this is really a very good, very, very good point to note in your own jurisdiction. So I think it's something to be proud of. In terms of our results, which is where I know most of all you have an interest, I'll move straight into it. And for English, we saw an overall increase in terms of the percentage candidates earning 50% and above. This, of course, is the highest over the last 5 years. So let me say congratulations to the team. And I want us, when we're clapping, to understand congratulations are to the students, of course, the teachers that prepare these students, and the parents. All those guardians, yes, very important. The community influence, that's very critical. We saw, which is very important, a reduction in the number of candidates receiving a 0 in this area, and an increase from 61 to 72 in terms of candidates receiving full scores. So I think that's something also worthy of applauding those candidates. The overall average mean also, we saw an increase over 2023 for both male and female for English. And that's also something noteworthy. Consistent with English, social studies, we had a whopping, 62. What's happening there now? Let's go again. Sorry. Great. A whopping 62.88% receiving over 50%. So you can see it's not only a marginal increase, but a very good increase versus what would have been there in previous years. Phenomenal for us is this great increase of the number of candidates receiving full marks for social studies this year, moving from 17 to 52. Worthy of an applaud. And a reduction in the number of candidates receiving 0, always very important. While we saw an increase in terms of the number of female candidates receiving this mean score, an increased mean score also to 37.32, we also saw an increase in terms of not only the mean score of males, but the number of males receiving that increased mean score. So that's also very good. For the sciences, we saw a slight reduction in terms of the percentage of candidates earning 50% and above, but just slight, a little 1% there. And we saw a reduction in the number of candidates receiving full scores and zeros. Now, even though that happened, I want you to note, though, that the mean was still steady, which is important. So it's showing you, on average, the candidates, male and female, the numbers were not far off. In fact, for the males, it's so steady. It was 29.52 in 2023 and 29.56 in 2024. So that's telling us that the spread of the candidate score across the particular population that would have sat the exams this year, it's really a good signal in that regard. So it's not only about the highest and the lowest, but that spread is also very important to note. Now, pleasing for us is the increase for mathematics. And this is important, not only to Guyana, but to CXC, because it is something that as a region we struggle with. And so it's important to see this 40.36%, over 40% receiving, earning 50% and above. And this is the highest over the last 5 years. While we saw a slight reduction in the number of candidates receiving full marks for mathematics, we saw a slight reduction in terms of the number of candidates receiving 0. I must say again that congratulations in terms of the mean, because while we saw that steady state in terms of the spread for the number of female candidates receiving that 28.44 average, you see where we have an increase for the male population, and that's also noteworthy in terms of that. I want to pause to note that this year we had the Spanish cohort, and that's also very good that we have quite a few candidates sitting papers, and they were done in Spanish by CXC for the team. For social studies, we had 109 sitting for social studies, English 116, math science 105, and math 93. Let me turn and give some focus to the per quartile ranking. And before I even go there, as our chairperson would have mentioned, inclusion of the papers for the Spanish, for the candidates doing Spanish, it's very important to note there's a concept we have: no one left behind, no student. And so it is important to note that in terms of that Spanish inclusion, from that perspective, no one being left behind, no student being left behind. So as I move to the per quartile, the first quartile ranking, this would mean that first cohort that would have received scores between 0 and 59, we had a number of 2,828. And I must note that this group, while we have the balance of male and female, this would have been the group where you would have had, as I gave you the scores, that 25% of the population receiving that group, that ranking. Noteworthy is the second quartile, which is representative of the candidates receiving scores 60 to 119. Balance males and female, 1,712 males and 1,666 females. Now, this is where you would have had the most candidates sitting, which is your third quartile, and they are receiving more than the 75% of what everybody else would have received. And here we're talking about 4,106 candidates, 1,815 males, 2,291 females. And this is very good because this is going in your upper quartile. Last but not least, your fourth quartile, which is where your top performers sit, you had 3,809 females, 2,089 males. And this is where you have the maximum scores being achieved. So this, I must say, would have been a good representation if you were looking at this on an overall curve. Now, what is important to note are we always want to hear about the top performers. So that quartile ranking gave you a balanced view of what would have happened with the candidates' performance. But of course, we always want to hear about the top performers. So we're sharing here that we had 7 females and 4 males. Overall, for the overall performance across the subjects, while math would have been the lowest, remember I would have said there would have been an increase over the last 5 years. So sometimes we beat up on ourselves, but I believe you need to celebrate small wins. That's just my little message to you. And so, with that, you're seeing that English would have been the highest in terms of the performance for the subjects all across. And this is not necessarily new because English tends to be that subject. And this is not unique again to Guyana in terms of your primary exams because CXC does, we do manage exams for other territories, and that's important to note that it's normal, right, for us to see this. But I believe, as I said before, if you look at that red line for 2024, you are generally seeing an increase: English, social studies, and math. It's only that small dip that you had for science. So overall performance would have been very good for 3 of the 4 subjects done. You would have had a better performance than you would have had for the last 5 years. So before I close, I want to say thank you again for this opportunity to, as the Caribbean Examinations Council, to put our stamp of approval and to infuse that quality. It must be noted, as always, there is room for improvement. And so we will continue to work with the Ministry of Education as those recommendations come from various corners, whether it be the item writers, the markers, and so it shows that there's a balance across the system. And we want to say thanks to all the hard-working persons that would have been involved. I know Mr. Ali isn't here, but boy, we saw him moving up and down all around. So I believe he really needs a round of applause. Lots of work done there. And of course, to the team that I would have noted, to my own team that would have spent months in Guyana, Minister, and away from their families, some of whom reached back just in time before the hurricane would have passed by. I was very grateful for that, but I really want to say thanks to the team of the Caribbean Examinations Council that did so well working with the Ministry of Education to produce valid and reliable grades as I would have presented. Over to you, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nicole Manning, Director of Operations, Examination Services, and the team CXC for joining us on this milestone moment. This is the NGSA Release Ceremony 2024. We are heading up to the lunch hour mark, and already persons are saying, let's get those results. Patience really is virtue on a day like this, I tell you. Well, having had that context just now from Dr. Manning, let's give you a sample of the genius we have in the future of our country. 15,000 plus students sat these examinations. We'll get a chance at this ceremony to hear 2 of our future leaders. One won the best short story, and the other gave us the best letter. And of course, we saw just now the statistics for English. So I'll invite from Mays, Skylar Gopal, firstly to come forward to share with us the best short story. We get a taste of the creative geniuses that will be our future leaders. So firstly, let's hear from Skylar.
Good morning. All protocols established. My name is Skylar Gopal, and I'm presenting the Best Narrative Selection. The day I learned to always tell the truth. It was a bright Sunday afternoon. The sun spilled its glorious rays of sunshine on the muddy pavement. The trees swayed in the gentle breeze as if dancing to birds' melodious songs. My mother was cooking a tasty meal of fried rice for lunch. I could smell the delicious aroma of the food from my bedroom. As she was chopping the vegetables, she realized she did not have any carrots. She called me, Skylar, come downstairs. I thought the food was ready, so I darted down the stairs as fast as a cheetah. But instead, I was met with an unpleasant request. Skylar, can you go to the market and buy me some carrots? I reluctantly said yes. She gave me $3,000 and said to buy all the carrots I could get for the amount. I skipped to the busy market. When I got to the market, I checked my pockets for the money, but it had disappeared. I searched the ground like a pirate looking for treasures. The money was gone. As I walked home thinking about what I would tell my mother, I saw her. She looked as mad as a raging bull. A tornado of fear swirled through me as she walked up to me and asked me, "Where are the carrots?" Someone stole them from me. They snatched the bag out of my hand and ran as fast as their legs could take them, so I could not keep up, I said in a trembling voice. She laughed and said, "Really?" I nodded my head. Suddenly, she showed me the money I had dropped. She told me that as I was happily skipping, I dropped the money by the gate. She told me that I should not have lied and that it would have been better to tell the truth, because whatever happens in the dark always comes to light. From that day onwards, I promised to never tell a lie again.
Thank you so much, Skylar. Is Skylar's mom with us this morning? Let's see that fierce description that Skylar gave us in that short story. Well, Skylar, we've got good news for you. You can also start growing your own carrots, and you can grow your broccoli. And we are growing carrots, not just here on the coast. We are growing our own carrots in Region 8, out in Region 6, like we're doing broccoli, and so many sweet peppers and all of that. So, Skylar, we know that when you need carrots for that fried rice, you can go right into your backyard and get it. Let's give her another round of applause from me, Skylar Gopal, the candidate for the best short story in 2024. So now that Skylar has whet our appetite and talked about that fried rice, and we're coming up to lunchtime, let's switch gears a little bit now and go across to Adelia Edwards of Academy of Excellence, who gave us the best letter. And there's a common thread in both performances, as we'll hear in just a moment. Over to Adelia.
Pleasant morning. All protocols established. My name is Adalia Edwards, and I am presenting the best letter selection. Lot 7, the Namstal, West Coast, Demerara, May 2nd, 2024. The head teacher, Academy of Excellence, Cornelia Ida, West Coast, Demerara. Dear Ms. Gopal, I am sure that you would have heard the news of the school's canteen increasing the cost of meals. Many pupils and myself are very upset with this matter. Therefore, I have decided to write this letter to highlight a few ways how this has affected the pupils of our school. Firstly, the increase in the cost of meals has caused some children to skip their snack break because they cannot afford meals in the canteen. These children are unable to focus because their stomachs are growling like hungry grizzly bears and they look like half-dead zombies. Don't you feel sorry for these children? Secondly, the school has been gaining a lot of bad reputation because of this action. Most of the pupils are leaving the school and missing out on a good education. Isn't it sad to see the children leave because of this tiny matter? Last but not least, the canteen would not get any sales because the pupils either cannot afford the snacks or they refuse to buy because of the prices. Since our school uses the money earned from the canteen to hold sports day and other fun activities, the pupils would not be able to have a sports day this year. And you know that many pupils enjoy this day. I know you won't want to spoil this day for them. Miss Gopal, I hope that these reasons will not fall on deaf ears. I would be as happy as a lark if you were to listen to me. Looking forward to a prompt response. Yours truly, Adalia Edwards.
Thank you, Adalia, from Academy of Excellence. Identified the problem, offered solutions. Let's give another round of applause to our students. Our two students, Adalia, best letter this year, and before her, Skylar, for the best short story. And now to serenade all 15,285 students who wrote those exams on May 2 and 3. I will now invite Bharat Naipal, and this is in celebration of all of you. The song is suitably titled Nation So Bright, and indeed, with the performance of the 15,285 students across Guyana, this is a moment of celebration for Guyana.
From the coast to the hills, where the rivers flow free, and nations of children strong and bold you see, with hearts full of hope and our dreams taking flight. Guyana's future shining bright, bathed in sunlight. Success of the nation, children of symphonies of voice. Rising to the sky, we learn, we grow, we build as one. Together we'll stand until the setting sun. One Guyana, united in love. With every step we take, we leave behind a mark on this land we love. Oh, it's a burning spark. Education's flame ignites our mind. Wisdom and knowledge we all will find. From the classroom to the playground we play. United in spirit comes what may. Respect for all, diversity we embrace. Building a future with smile in every face. Success of the nation, children and symphonies of voice. Rising to the sky, we learn, we grow, we build as one. Together we'll stand until the setting sun. One Guyana, united in love. Success of the nation, children of symphonies of voice. Rising to the sky, we learn, we grow, we build as one. Together we'll stand until the setting sun. One Guyana, united in love. One Guyana, united in love.
Thank you, Bharat Naipal, for that appropriate original composition. Can we say that together in tribute to our children, over 15,000 of them? Can we say one Guyana united in love as loudly and proudly as we can? Come on, let's say it together. One Guyana. And because they are sharing the spotlight, we've got to say it like we mean it. So let's do that again together. One Guyana, united in love for our 15,000 plus students who we are celebrating today as the NGSA release ceremony continues at the Arthur Chung Conference Center. We have some of our students, but all of them who wrote the examination we are celebrating today. You know the song, The Lady in Red? You know the lyrics? I'm not going to ask you to sing. I've already asked you to participate. But it says, I've never seen you look so bright as you do today. Well, it says tonight, but given that it's midday, and there is a reason for that brightness, and saw we saw it earlier in Dr. Manning's presentation. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to invite for remarks and a special presentation the Honorable Minister of Education, Priya Manichan.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Dr. Manning and team from CXC, the ministry's team, led by the Chief Education Officer, the parents, teachers, head teachers who are here and watching, and most importantly, to our very dear students who took this exam, pupils. Good morning. We're very, very glad to be here this morning. As you know, these assessments are set, managed, marked by CXC, which is why Dr. Manning is here from CXC. But I was very pleased to see that we are finally appear to be, and fingers are crossed, climbing out of the COVID hardship that we had, and that really hit us in the education sector very, very hard, as it did countries around the world. And we're finally seeing results that show that um, we have taken some good, sound decisions, even at the time when we ourselves didn't know if they were right, because we hadn't had that COVID experience before, and that our investments of textbooks and breakfast and more trained teachers and resources that allow for distance learning, like the Learning Channel, EduFM, worksheets, the websites, QuizMe, that those are paying dividends in students and pupils who ordinarily are not present at these kinds of ceremonies because they didn't have the same resources that private school type children would have. I'm very pleased to say that, 2 days ago I was at Kopinang, which is in the middle of Region 8. It's like you carve out something in the forest and drop a village there. That's how it appeared to me, an outsider. And the children there's a student here from there she is, Dina Pablo, who are using the textbooks that the private schools in Georgetown are using. And where prior to 2020, only if you could jump on a plane and go to Trinidad and buy it, or you had a credit card and you could access it, were students and parents able to buy those. We're now giving that to every single Guyanese child in the public school, regardless of which region you're from, and we are seeing the dividends. I could speak for much longer, but my only role here, and everybody wants me to do only one thing, which would be to announce these results. The NGSA results will be available online immediately after the completion of this program. Parents and students, pupils are advised to log on to the following website, http:// exams.moeguyana.org. The candidates' timetable will provide the necessary information to access these results. President's College is one of the 8 schools in Region 4. Non-residential places are awarded to candidates in Region 4 from Mahaika to Cummings Lodge, who have attained a minimum score of 480.12 marks. Residential places are offered to candidates from Regions 1, 7, 8, 9, and riverine schools in Regions 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10, who have attained the scores of 470 marks and above. A total of 66 candidates are eligible for entry into the school based on that criteria. This year, we have a new school. We're currently building 27 secondary schools across the country, and a few will be finished for September of this year. In Georgetown, there will be the St. George's School of Sciences. For a student to be eligible for this school, he or she must have been living in Georgetown and not earned a place in a national school or list A school, and gained 80% in English, 60% in math, 65% in science, or at least those grades. This school will be strictly preparing students for careers in medical sciences. So we're very happy to make that one of our first specialized type of schools for students who didn't get the national tops or the list A's, but who we believe have great potential, and we're going to show that in 5 years' time. Um, I will now tell you the students who got um, candidates securing the top 10 places by region. Region 1, Zephon Sobers from the Mabaruma Primary with 498.48 marks, securing a place at Queen's College. Zephon, you're here? Second place, Rishana France from the Mabaruma Primary with 493.32 marks, securing a place at the Bishop's High School. Daron Adams from the Sacred Heart Primary, securing a place at St. Rose's High with 488.72 marks. R.T. Prashad from Santa Rosa Primary, securing 485.72 marks from St. Joseph's High. Ayesha Rashid from the Port Kaituma Primary, 482 marks, Port Kaituma Secondary. Clifford James, Port Kaituma Primary with 481 marks, 0.63 marks from Port Kaituma Secondary. Daija Campbell from Port Kaituma Primary, 479 marks with 0.83 going to the Port Kaituma Secondary. Romanio Henry, Posororo Primary, 479.46 marks, going to the brand new Hosororo Secondary School, which will be opened later in the year. Makila Abraham, Santa Rosa Primary, with 473.6 marks, going to Santa Rosa Secondary. Fayuz Baksh, Wauna Primary, Whitewater Annex, 473 marks, 473.55 marks, going to Hosororo Secondary. Region number 2. Roshini Dionarine from Hoostadaran Primary with 502.19 marks, going to Queen's College. Ritanya Narine from Study Primary at 499.46 marks, going to Queen's College. Belinda Mohan, Sivi Noons Primary, 499.35 marks, going to Queen's College. Devani Raghubar, Aurora Primary, 499.32 marks, going to Queen's College. Dimitri Dionarine, Charity Primary, 499.17 marks, going to Queen's College. Shanika Narain, Fisher Primary, 497.32 marks, going to Queen's College. Matthew Mohabir, Abrams Creek Primary, 496.57 marks, going to Queen's College. Serena Allen, Queenstown Primary, 496.44 marks, going to Queen's College. Manav Dwarka, Fisher Primary, 496.42 marks, going to Queen's College. Chiranjeev Muhammad, Timot Manor Primary, 495.71 marks, going to Queen's College. Region number 3, Kaylee Ramatar, Academy of Excellence, 502.33 marks, going to Queen's College, and Kaylee is standing there. Aidan Etwaru, Zeelat Primary, 501.36, going to Queen's College. Priya Khan, Lenora Primary, 501.36, going to Queen's College. Emma Singh, Academy of Excellence, 501.3, going to Queen's College. Aryan Samtani, Academy of Excellence, 501.23, going to Queen's College. Shreya Ramatar, Academy of Excellence, 500.53, going to Queen's College. Kapildev Sukhu, Academy of Excellence, 500.46, going to Queen's College. That's the Academy of Excellence teacher, clearly you can tell. Payush Sami, Zeelat Primary, 500.38, Queen's College. Adia Peters, Academy of Excellence, 500.37, Queen's College. Christia Dan Paul, Academy of Excellence, 500.21, Queens College. Region number 4, and that's different from Georgetown, which we call Region 11, but it's District 11. Alicia Scheller, Success Primary, 503.34, Queens College. Yuan Shen from the Canadian School of Arts and Science, 502.33, Queens College. Sophia Miranda, Success Elementary, 502.3, Queens College. Abigail Manohar, Success Elementary, 502.27, Queens College. Robin Walcott, Success Elementary, 501.4, Queens College. Sydney Cummings, Canadian School of Arts and Science, 501.36, Queens College. Matthew Passad, Monrepo Primary, 501.34, Queens College. Nival Saku, Luzignan Primary, 500.52, Queens College. Alejandra Rodriguez, Grove Primary, 500.34, Queens College. Crystal Sammy, Success Elementary, 499.57, Queens College. Region number 5. Anusha Bridgelal, Woodley Primary, 496.57, Queens College. Satya Devi Patiram, New Sapadilla School, 496.46, Queens College. Shanisa James, Hopetown Primary, 496.45, Queens College. Vishali Singh, Novar Primary, 494.56, the Bishop's High School. Rajim Rooms, Belladrum Primary, 494.5, the Bishop's High School. Lucas Degar, Zealand Primary, 494.48, the Bishop's High School. Sarah Singh, Zealand Primary, 494.43, the Bishop's High School. Ashish Gansham Singh, Cotton Tree Primary, 493.58, the Bishop's High School. Taja Reynolds, Rosignol Primary, 493.58, the Bishop's High School. Viraj Sharma, Mortis Primary, 493.58, the Bishop's High School. Region number 6. Khadija Ramsamy, Cumberland Primary, 501.41, Queens College. Jenna Phillips, Cumberland Primary, 500.45, Queens College. Kalisha Narayan, Rose Hall Primary, 499.5, Queens College. Vincent New Year, All Saints Primary, 499.38, Queens College. Monisha Naresh, Cumberland. Those have got to be teachers, I know them. Monisha Naresh, Cumberland Primary, 499.31, Queens College. Emma Ramcharan, Cumberland Primary, 499.22, Queens College. Ezra Harry, Cropper Primary, 498.52, Queens College. Shavish Jaikaran, Cumberland Primary, 497.43, Queens College. Faith Narsingh, Messiah Primary, 497.38, Queens College. Norisha Harinarayan, Rose Hall Primary, 496.53, Queens College. Region number 7, Jaden Thornhill, 2 Miles Primary, 488.46, St. Rose's High. Nathan Harnarang, St. John the Baptist Primary, 484.65, St. Joseph's High. Shania Sayers, St. John the Baptist Primary, 484.43, 3 Miles Secondary. Trivia John, St. John the Baptist Primary, 484.03, 3 Mile Secondary. Melania Adams, Potaro Secondary Primary, 483.57, 3 Mile Secondary. Dilma Edwards, 72 Miles Primary, 482.28, 3 Mile Secondary. Nisha Lewis, St. John the Baptist Primary, 481.87, 3 Mile Secondary. Dilshan Welcome, 72 Miles Primary, 479.01 marks, 3 Mile Secondary. Alyssa James, Potaro Primary, 477.08 marks, 3 Mile Secondary. Jashawn Wyatt, Potaro Primary, 477.01, 3 Mile Secondary. Region number 8, Dina Pablo, Kopinang Primary, 484.9 marks, St. Joseph's High. Aline Pereira, Paramakatoy Primary, 474.86, Paramakatoy Secondary. Thais King, Madhya Primary, 466.6, Madhya Secondary. Caitlin Gildari, Madhya Primary, 465.62, Madhya Secondary. Ziggy John, Paramakatoy Primary, 464.58, Paramakatoy Secondary. Denise Shipio, Cato Primary, 464.24, Cato Secondary. Charles Sears, Paramakatoy Primary, 464.21, Paramakatoy Secondary. Tysa Fredericks, Cato Primary, 455.12, Cato Secondary. Jillian Kaiser, Bamboo Creek Primary, 450.47, Paramakatoy Secondary. Maria Mentos, Mycobi Primary, 449.52, to go to the Mycobi Secondary, which is currently going to be constructed. Region number 9, Liam Chase, Arapaima Primary, 487.73, St. Rose's High. He was also one of our children on Whiz Kids this year. Victoria Marslow, Anai Annex, Ruperty, 486.7, St. Joseph's High. Anthony Garrett, Yacarinta Primary, 486.3, St. Joseph's High. Ray Atkinson, Aishalton Primary, 484.22, Aishalton Secondary. Angelina James, St. Ignatius Primary, 481.57, St. Ignatius Secondary. Garrett Jones, Katunare Primary, 479.18, Sand Creek Secondary. Catalina Wong, Arapaima Primary, 478.76, St. Ignatius Secondary. Rahika Andres, Anai Annex Ruperty, 476.46, Anai Secondary. Brandon Lewis, Iowa Primary, 475.65, Napi Secondary. Mary Tancredo, Iowa Primary, 474.94, Napi Secondary. Napi Secondary is to be constructed beginning this year also. Region number 10, Tavion Hunt, Watuka Day Primary, 501.25, Queens College. Ruth Anderson, Christianburg Primary, 499.49, Queens College. Jazika Whittaker, Amelia Wards Primary, 498.39, Queens College. Navia Anderson, 1 Mile Primary, 497.39, Queens College. Serene Allen, St. Aidan's Primary, 497.38, Queens College. Tahila Gaspar, Regba Primary, 496.24, Queens College. Janelle Kershas, Develt Primary, 495.46, Queens College. Rishon Gonzalez, Regma Primary, 495.41, the Bishop's High. Felicia Major, Christianburg Primary, 494.77, the Bishop's High. Unique Calendar, Wisma Hill Primary, 494.5, the Bishop's High. Georgetown, which is District 11 in the education language. Kaya Daniels, Green Acres Primary, 503.27 from going to Queens College. Lucas Spooner, Mays under 12, Primary, 502.44 going to Queens College. Skylar Gopal, Mays under 12, Primary, 502.38 going to Queens College. Jayan Kisoon, Marian Academy, 502.33, going to Queens College. Adam Rahaman, Mays on the 12 Primary, 502.32, going to Queens College. Perla De Silva, Mays on the 12 Primary, 501.41, going to Queens College. Ryan Prasad from the New Guyana School, 501.38, going to Queens College. Shreya Singh, Mays on the 12th Primary, 501.3, going to Queens College. Jamaicy Hamilton, St. Margaret's Primary, 501.29, going to Queens College. Ariana Benfield, New Guyana School, 500.46, going to Queens College. And that is Georgetown, and the noisemakers you heard were teachers again. The pupils whose names I am about to call have all been placed at Queens College. Coming in for the 20th highest mark in the country would be Shreya Singh of Mays on the 12th and Emma Singh of the Academy of Excellence. They gained the 20th position with 501.30 marks. At 19th position is Matthew Prasad of Monrepo Primary with 504.34 marks. At 16th would be Sydney Cummings of the Canadian School of Arts and Science, Priya Khan of Lenora Primary, and Aidan Atwaro of Zealot Primary, and they share the 16th position with 501.36 marks. You can stand. At 15th is Ryan Prasad of the New Guyana School, securing the 15th position with 501.38 marks. The 14th position was gained by Robin Walcott of Success Elementary with 501.40 marks. The 12th position was earned by Perla De Silva of Mays on the 12th and Khadija Ramsamy of Cumberland Primary, and they both secured 501.41 marks. The 11th position was secured by Roshini Dionrine of Hoosterdaren Primary with 502.1 marks. The 10th position was Abigail Manahar, also of Success Elementary, who gained the 10th position with 502.27 marks. The 9th position was also earned by a student of the Success Elementary, Sophia Miranda, who earned 502.30 marks. The 8th position was secured by Adam Rahaman of Mays on the 12th with 502.32 marks. 3 candidates shared the 5th position in the country with 502.33 marks each. They are Jayan Kisoon of Marian Academy, Kaylee Ramatar of Academy of Excellence, and Yuan Shen of the Canadian School of Arts and Science. Coming in at fourth was Skylar Gopal from Mays on the 12, who obtained 502.38 marks. And at third, we also had a student from Mays on the 12. He is Lucas Spooner, who gained 502.44 marks. The second position was earned by Kaya Daniels of Green Acres Primary with 503.27 marks, and earning the top spot at NGSA 2024 was Alicia Scheller of Success Elementary with 503.34 marks. I want to salute all of these children. For me, given that we have over 70 million children across the world who are unable to do what these children are doing, just getting to the end of primary education and actually setting these assessments and getting them into high school for secondary education, they're all winners, them, their parents, their teachers, and we're very grateful. Congratulations to all. Thank you to the parents and teachers and to all the ministry staff, centrally and regionally, who worked to make this happen. I thank you all.
There we have it, everyone. The results by region and then the national results. In just a few minutes, the portal will open for the remaining results, but we still have 2 more items still to come. So thank you for your patience. Those of you already enjoying your lunch in the offices, at home, while you watch, listen, comment, thank you for joining us and celebrating this moment with all of our students across Guyana. And now the QC Allure Dance Club will come to help us to shake the nerves a little bit and celebrate the names, the schools, the teachers, the communities, just all of us across Guyana as we celebrate the students for NGSA 2024. We, of course, came in hearing the President's College Steel Orchestra, and they will continue to entertain us after this. But now let's enjoy this dance item from the QC Allure Dance Club. Thank you to the QC Allure Dance Club for that dance item. As we come closer to the end of our ceremony, we still have the vote of thanks, and we will facilitate a question and answer segment as well. But at this point, we are going to move to the presentation of the regional top students. We heard Minister call their names a moment ago, and assisting us with this presentation, I'm going to invite Anaya Jagnandan to come to the center. As we heard, Anaya was one of our top students last year, so she knows exactly the emotion and the excitement and just, just how special this is for the 11 students that we will call forward. So the top student in each of the regions, you heard your names earlier, just come by region, regions 1 through to 10, and then Anaya is going to just come at that point to hand over your trophies, and then we'll move to the presentation of the national students. So the top students from regions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and District 11, can you come and stand so we can move seamlessly into the presentation one after the other? And already the Ministry of Education has the list of the top 10 students on their website, on their Facebook page. So if Minister went a little too quickly for you and you want to know who's in each of the regions, for the other students, you can check the Facebook page right now. But may I invite young Zephon Sobers from Mabaruma Primary for Region 1. He is going to come to receive his trophy. And Zephon is flying out of Mabaruma to go to QC in September. So congratulations, Zephon from Mabaruma. So Region 1, we are celebrating with you at this afternoon. You can hand over that. So from current to a future QC student. So congratulations, Zephon. We're going to move to Region 2 and invite from Hoostoderran Primary, Roshini Dionarayan to receive her trophy. And as we heard, Roshini is also heading off to QC. For region number 3 from Academy of Excellence, Kaylee Ramatar. This is the presentation of the top students for each region. For region, so we're going by regions. We just concluded region 3. For region 4, Alicia Scheller from Success Elementary, also going to QC. So Alicia will come. This is for region 4. Where are we? Region Alicia? Oh, Alicia. So receiving for Alicia is Alicia's teacher, parent. You are? Oh, her sister, Alicia's sister. Now we go to region 5 and invite from Woodley Primary, Anusha Bridgelal, our top student for region 5. Oh, also not here. A teacher, anybody from Woodley? Woodley Primary will come, a teacher will come forward as we ask from Cumberland Primary in region 6, Khadija Ramsami to come forward. So this is a teacher from Woodley Primary receiving on behalf of Anusha Bridgelal, our top student from region number 5. So each of these regions, we hope, you are putting out those likes and comments and celebrating your region. Next, we go to region. So this is the presentation for the top student from region 6. That's Khadija Ramsami, Cumberland Primary of the QC. Next, we're going to go up the river and head to region 7, 2 Miles Primary. Jaden Thornhill. This is Jaden. Look at Jaden's, he's got his GQ haircut there. 2 Miles Primary is in the spotlight. He is heading to St. Rose's High School. Congratulations to you, Jaden. Then we invite Dina Pablo from Kopenang Primary, region number 8. As Minister was saying, one of the most beautiful places, greenery, mountains, and Dina might be coming out to St. Joseph's High, or maybe she'd want to stay in the region, but she secured St. Joseph's High. Then we go up to region number 9 and invite Liam Chase from Arapaima Primary. And Liam is heading to St. Rose's. So Upper Takatu, Upper Essequibo, we are celebrating with you this afternoon. Now to region 10, Watuka Primary School is celebrating Tavion Hunt's performance, and he is heading to, Tavion is going to QC and coming out now to receive his trophy. Handing over the trophy is Anaya Jagnandan, one of our top students, our national top students last year. And to round off the regional presentation, the Georgetown District. Green Acres Primary, Kaya Daniels, Queen's College. Thank you very much. Let's give Anaya a round of applause. And we'll continue in this trend by inviting Glassford. Glassford is also our top student from last year. Glassford will help us with the presentation now for the pupils who, let's just confirm here, and we're going to go in the order. Allow us a moment to just ensure that our media core gets the images of each of our pupils. So we're just allowing the setup to happen. Okay, so we're all set. Thank you again, everybody. At just about 12:24, we are about to start our presentation for the top national students. And we heard their names earlier. May I invite from Mays under 12 primary, Shreya Singh to receive her trophy from Glassford Archer. So from one top student to the other, Shreya Singh. So we're beginning with Mays under 12 primary. Congrats, Shreya. Next, Emma Singh, Academy of Excellence. So just so you know yourselves, and you'll prepare to come out. So after Emma, we'll go to Matthew Prasad, Sydney Cummings, Priya Khan, Adian Itwaru, Ryan Prasad, Robin Walcott, Perla De Silva, Khadija Ramsami, and Roshini for Glassford's presentations. So just prepare to come out in that order. But Emma Singh has just received her trophy. Next, Matthew Prasad from Monrepo Primary. These are our national top students for the NGSA 2024. Matthew Prasad, Monrepo Primary, is receiving his trophy now. Sydney Cummings is next from the Canadian School of Arts and Science. So Sydney's sister will receive on his behalf. Could we ask Priya Khan, not our Minister Priya, to be on standby next, followed by Aiden, Ryan, then Robin in that order. So this is Sydney's sister receiving for Sydney Cummings of the Canadian School of Arts and Science. How is everybody feeling? We are celebrating our students, so let's ensure that we keep that joyous look on our faces. I know it's the lunch hour and we do have refreshments after, so bear with us. We want everyone to ensure that we can capture the spotlight. Priya Khan from Lenora Primary in Region 3, you're up next. Then we will stay in Region 3 to invite our next top performer from Zeelat Primary this time, Aiden Itwaru. Next, from the New Guyana School, Ryan Prasad. Ryan isn't here with us. Robin Walcott, Success Elementary. And as Robin makes her way down, we'll ask Perla, Khadija, Roshini, let's go up to Roshini to be on standby next. Perla, Khadija, Roshini. Congrats, Robin. Next, we have Perla De Silva from Mays under 12 primary. If you're now tuning in, especially if you're online, we are handing over trophies to our top 20 performers for the NGSA 2024. Up to Region 6 we go. Cumberland Primary, Khadija Ramsami. And to round off Glasswood Archers' presentation, we'll invite from Hoosterderen Primary in region number 2, Roshni Dionarain. So thank you, Glassford. And now Ratisha Gobin will come forward. Ratisha attended Academy of Excellence last year, now at QC, and will make the presentation to our top 10 performers. May I invite in this order Abigail, Sophia, Adam, Johan, Kaylee, Jane, Skylar, Lucas, Kea, and Alicia. We'll go one by one, starting off with Abigail Manohar from Success Elementary.